constructor italics.
So I'm pretty excited because the order just arrived, and I placed this order within 2 days, and it's already showed up. Regular shipping time, and it came from Texas. Super happy to finally get these parts in for feed. It's pretty full. So I got a bunch of lighting kits for feed. A lot of different variety of like these lightsaber in blue, red, green, and Darth Maul's lightsaber. I'm really excited for those ones. And all of these are for the lights inside the buildings and on the exterior. But they're just a bunch of little goodies. And it was over $150. I was able to qualify for starter kit. This one's really cool. It comes with a battery bank, some extension cables, a light, and two little LED lights for bricks at the very bottom. So that's pretty cool. And it said this was like a $30 value or a $20 value. So that's pretty convenient. But here's, red lightsaber. I bought a bunch of these flashing lights. So there's going to be used for flame or explosions of some kind. Flicker effects board. So that goes with that. Here's a 12-port expansion board. Here it is, the IR control board. So with this, I'm able to turn it off with one of these LED controllers. It's really convenient because I push one of these on and everything turns on. And when I'm done lighting everything up in feed, I'm able to push the on button on feed and turn all these lights on inside. So let's go do that.
Past lives could never hold me to this love. Sweeter when it's finally found. I've got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me up, not dreaming. Don't wake me up, not dreaming. Past lives could never hold me to this love. Sweeter when it's finally found. I've got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me up, not dreaming. Don't wake me up, not dreaming. Past lives could never hold me to this love. Sweeter when it's finally found. I've got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me up, not dreaming. Don't wake me up, not dreaming.
Here's progress on the LEDs. So I officially got one of light posts done, and it looks way better than I even imagined. I'm working on the second one right now. It took me quite a little bit to try to figure out a good method, how I'm going to make a technique to create the base of this. So for this light post, I got one of these 2x2 tiles, but on this side it has studs, and then there's no studs on the other side. So I was able to put one of these grill plates upside down, and so the LED can fit right through the little grill and out to the side. And from there, I cut a little hole through the center of the 2x2 brick, as well as the 2x2 dome piece. And so it goes right up the center. There's a little bit of light bleed through right here. But if I really want to, I can cover it up with sticky tack or kind of like with whatever. But then up here, this little dome piece comes up. And for the light to be a different color, I just placed a 1x1 stud in trans orange. And then on top of that, a 1x1 cylindrical tube. I always get the cool white LED lights because I can place any color of stud to indicate the color of hue of the light I want it to be. For Theed, I really want a warm hue light, so I got this orange stud to represent that. Because before, it used to look like this, which is a very bright, vibrant, cool white. So I have to make this design like 6 more times over here. So cut the holes through the bases of all of these, and do the same thing a few more times. On top of this LED lighting system I'm working on, I'm coming up with a size of tabletop I want my dad to cut a piece of plywood for. So I was thinking 75 by 71.5. And then on top of that, it's also going to be cut through the center. That way I'm able to kind of split the table apart and work on the intersection right here a little bit easier. Because right now it's really impossible to get to the center of Theed within this area. So we're going to go cut that out, and I'm going to install Theed on this brand new tabletop, and let's go do that. So since we're making a brand new tabletop, I'm going to have to remove all this stuff I just made the past year. And that means I also have to clean up all these shelves. I've been procrastinating, haven't done that in a while. But my goal is to clean up all these shelves, and this allows me a lot of space to put all of the little modules for Theed. But right now it's just like really cluttered, and it's like really hard to start just anywhere because it's all small things. It's all small Lego sets everywhere. So let me start cleaning up and swapping out this new tabletop for a bigger one. Let's go do that.
Freaking out on the interstate, rolling down the windows, baby. I can't hear a thing you say. I'm walking back to my favorite place, and I can feel them staring at me, baby. Do you think I'm doing something wrong? Sorry, I haven't been myself, and something's got me down. What it is, I cannot tell. I won't be satisfied with anything I've earned. Fear is just a part of love, and one thing I found is love's what you deserve.
So 47 minutes later, cleaned out all of feed, and it's over there and over here in the living room. I designed it so it's specifically modular, so I'm able to take it apart, put it back together really fast. Because most mocks, like 1313 right here, have been singular piece, but feed is specifically meant to move. That's why I've spent so much time figuring out the little minute details with feed. That way I'm able to just take it all off, place it on the table right here, and then just kind of add on to it like what I'm doing right now. Ta-da! Finally got a bigger freaking table. We kind of built this together, and it's really nice because I have the idea of having two tables, be able to separate them in between. That way I can work on one side of feed, meanwhile working on a different side. Or if I really just want to work on inner city of feed, I can. And so it breaks apart in the center. And if you notice, there's some pretty cool vinyl wraps around the legs. It's okay because they're legal. So I also placed the previous boards, what feed used to look like, the size comparison. The third board would be like right here. So this is all the extra space I'm able to work with. I also plan on taking all these parts, moving them underneath feed right here. That way I have a lot more space to walk on right here. And then the TV is going to be mounted on the wall over there. I'm going to set up a little time-lapse video, set up feed, see how big it is, and see how big it's going to be because of this table. So let's get it.
I had an epiphany, I was repeating history. I was doing everything I hated, a weight on my shoulders, I let it all get to me. I had an epiphany, I just smiled at my enemies. I was listening to everybody who was talking but never did shit for me. Yeah, I had an epiphany, I was looking at everybody else that's up in the industry, they ain't as sick as me. I had an epiphany, I was seeing somebody that never had no good intentions for me, now she missing me, yeah. Yeah, moral of the story is nobody did it for me, had to make a change. I was living in the city with no scene, I had a dream, I had to make a lane. Always knew that I couldn't live off a minimum wage, dripping the pay stuff. I had a minimal taste for all the fame stuff, but I got into the game without a cent to my name, and now I'm ballin' like I'm in the NBA, bruh. And I know I got a lot, but I'm not content. If they ask me to stop, I will not consent. Never let nobody block, it's my shot to miss. You can meet me at the top if you hop the fence, and you climb the stairs, and you fight the beast, and you lose your way, then you find your peace, and you do it sober, then you find a drink, then you spiral down, and it all repeats. And I always had a vision, I could get it, so I did it by my lonely. I don't owe nobody nothing, never let nobody own me. Got some money from the music, and I spend it on the homies, but don't put nothing before me. Gave a whip to Lil Brody, and I'm only getting started. And I'm eating with the people that I starve with, and my batteries, I had to recharge them. I made an album, but that shit was garbage. Yo, I was trapped in a gimmick, I finally get it. I'm here to make music that matters. If I die, it'll all be alright, cause the message I gave you will live for me after. And my chapter will highlight a lifetime of energy gave through a bright mind. How you never had to stand on the sideline, how you the guide to your own guidelines. That's an epiphany. I had an epiphany, yeah. That's an epiphany. I had an epiphany, yeah.
I had an epiphany that I could make history, that I could prove everyone wrong that told me I wasn't cut out for this music thing. Yeah, I had an epiphany. What if I took my energy and use it on positive things in my life instead of the people that lie to me, huh? Yeah, I had an epiphany that I could put all of my hurt into music and use it for people that might feel the same as me. Yeah, I had an epiphany. What if everyone knew my depression was worse than they thought? They probably gon' look at me differently. Yo, this song got me going back when I was a stupid kid, thinking maybe I can make it in the music biz. And then I figured out the politics and realized that half of y'all don't even know what music is. Ain't going nowhere, I told them to get used to me. Feels like I'm living in a movie scene, a bunch of people trying to tell me how to act and breathe. One thing I never let nobody ever do is tell me who to be. I never got into the party scene, maybe I was just scared to drink, cause addiction, it runs in my family, that's someone I was scared to be. Y'all looking pitiful compared to me, since I can barely read. All I wanted was somebody I could trust, that I knew would keep it real with me. Rap's always been a man for me, that's when I figured out that maybe I'm the one that's gotta make it on my own. Yeah, it's clear to see. A lot of people thinking what I'm doing is a gimmick. Everything you hear me writing, I've been living. I ain't quitting, sending money to my family, trying to show them that I miss them and I cherish every moment when I'm home, when I'm with them. And it's just the way that I feel. In the industry of fakes, trying to stay real. In the industry of lames, trying to get deals. Lord knows I'ma get it, that sneak mill. Yeah, I lay in my bed at night thinking there's gotta be more to me. I'm trying to pay off the mortgaging, but the life of the people I love in the midst of it. I've always thought that if I learn from mistakes that I make, even losses are victories. That's when it starts hitting me. If you set your mind to it, you can do anything. That's an epiphany. That's an epiphany, yeah. I had an epiphany. I had an epiphany, yeah.
So I just got off work right now, and I really want to showcase a little bit of destruction, and because every city that I've made, oh, there's a horn in the back from the boat. It was like super foggy when I drove home today. I could barely see like 10 feet in front of me when I was driving. Pretty crazy. But every city that I create has a lot of damage and detail. That's why I never really just tile off a bunch of things. But when I do, I make sure to include a lot of studs and a lot of greebles and details on top. But Theed was looking way too clean. So right here, I included a huge gash in the wall. I'm actually super happy how this turned out because right here, I have a lot of shards of glass everywhere from the explosion, maybe from a bomb, a grenade, really any sort of device going on in this area, or a crash. So I took the Coruscant gunship and literally just ripped off one of the wings and placed it gently beside this little gash hole, just to show that it like grazed the side of this building. And part of the fuselage, or the gun turret right up here, has like slightly ripped off the top. So there's just a lot of different possibilities when it comes to vehicle damage, because I can also have this door open up a little bit. A really cool scene going on inside, because there's two medics restoring one of the officers, but it looks like they crashed and didn't really turn out too well, unfortunately. On top of that, I can also include a bunch of flames for the huge fire from the explosion, like right here. But that's just pretty much an example just to show how wild and crazy I can really go with Theed, because it's just looking way too clean. I really like how it looks clean, but I want a clean version of Theed, and slowly over time, as the battle progresses, more of the city has more destruction, like any other battlefield that happens to be in a city. For anyone that's played Battlefield, the amount of destruction you can do in that game, entire skyscrapers, dams, and right after the destruction, the entire map changes. So this is pretty much the exact same dealio. Now that I have enough time to build one of these buildings, the next building if I really want to, I can take part of it, rip it apart, take one floor, completely destroy it, have a huge gash, have a vulture droid popping out of it. Really, there's no limit to how creative this mock can be, because it can also evolve and create really cool storytelling and a lot of different possibilities I'm looking forward to now that I have a lot more space to deal with. I hope you guys enjoyed this 25th episode of Building Theed. It's been a crazy episode. I was able to literally make a brand new table to display Theed and be able to work on it and move around a lot easier and a lot more space to create things that not only I've thought of, but like if you guys have ideas in the future, post in the comments below. I'd love to know. There's a lot of space, a lot of different ideas. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a great day. See you next time.